Well, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I've been busy between episodes and I started digging out this pit behind me. Now, what is the purpose of this pit, you may ask, and well, I've been having this idea for about half a year now of something I want to do, but let's not just get into that right now. Anyway, we've been digging out this pit and I've gathered quite a few resources, and with the luck we've had with our enchanting setup, I used my silky smooth pickaxe with silk touch and gathered all the materials without fortuning them, because I thought maybe, just maybe, we can wait with that until you are back with me. And we've gathered quite a few resources. As you can see, I've just stacked them up all over there. And in the meantime, I've also been practicing my water bucket clutch, and I'm not very good at it, but let's see if we can get a successful clutch done. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, wow, I've got it! I got it first time! Well, with editing, you might not know whether or not it was the first time, but believe me, it was my first time. And if you believe me, please hit that subscribe button. I promise this journey is going to get awesome along the way. Now, all these resources I've gathered from the pit so far. As you can see, the iron hasn't been too much, lapis only 3 blocks, coal and copper has been very, very plentiful in this endeavor so far. But before we start fortuning these, there's a few other things we need to get started with. So in today's episode, I want to start getting a few automated things going. Maybe a smallish auto smelter, something with the farms as well. I have to do some automation with these farms as well, because harvesting everything, all these crops by hand, is definitely not fun. Now, to help us with that, I have brought 2 villagers from the village over there, and I've just locked them up in a little dirt house right here. And if we quickly open them up, because I did try and breed them, but it seems that they still remember their beds from the village, so I might need to go to the village and break all the beds just to have these guys reset. Otherwise, I might have to just put these guys in boats and take them further away from the village. But I guess I will try and break the beds first. Before we get to that, though, I have dug out this area surrounding the spawner that we found in the last episode, and this will be perfect for a little skeleton farm. Now, in order to do that, I may need to go to the nether first, and I think that might be our first objective for this episode. We're going to need to find a space where we can put a nether portal so that we can go to the nether and find some soul sand. And while we are there, we could just as well collect some quartz as well, because quartz and redstone goes together like, well, like bread and peanut butter if you're into that sort of thing, which I'm not. Peanut butter, I guess peanuts are the worst nuts out there, and I don't know how anybody could call a peanut a nut. It just doesn't work for me. Now, the location of this skeleton spawner is quite convenient. Not too far from the base, because the village is right over there and our base is right over there, and it's really not that much of a trek to get here, but it is still an inconvenience. without any proper forms of transport. But anyway, I should get started, and I think the first thing we need to do is see if we can make that little quick nether trip. And the nether is a scary place, but at least I've got my diamond gear. And just like that, we've got the nether portal sorted out, and I guess it's time for us to jump in and see if we can get some nether quartz and soul sand, because those are the two most important things we want from the nether right now. At least I've got these golden leggings with protection 3, and I've got my bow with power 2 and almost a stack of arrows to protect us from those nasty ghasts in the nether. Now I hope it doesn't take too long to find the nether quartz and the soul sand, but if it does, we're just gonna have to stick it out. No point in waiting any longer, let's jump right in. Well, this looks ominous, but it looks relatively safe, and I can see loads and loads of quartz. Now we're just going to need to find some soul sand as well. Okay everyone, the nether is never a fun experience. But we got what we went there for, and it wasn't too much of hassle. A little bit of bugging from the gas floating all over the place, but I took them out and I even got the return to sender achievement. Now let's have a look at what we've brought home. I've got almost 3 stacks of nether quartz ore, and we're going to fortune them to see how much we can get. I've got over 2 stacks of glowstone, which isn't that awesome because we do have a villager that can trade us glowstone. And then we've also got a stack and a half, almost 100 soul sand, which I believe will be able to get us quite a little bit into what we are planning to do. But now, let's go and see how many nether quartz we can get from all of these ores. Over 6 stacks of nether quartz! That's awesome, and that's going to last us quite a little bit of time. Now, let me go and see what we can take on next, because I think we need to set up a little bit of a auto smelter to deal with all these copper and coal blocks. But I guess before we get into that, let's fortune this coal and copper. And when we're done with that, we might set up our little auto smelter. Over 4 stacks of coal? That's awesome! Now for the copper. And the copper gave us over 10 stacks? Oh, that's awesome! Now I think the iron I'm going to leave, but the lapis, I don't have a lot, but I'll just go and fortune that as well. And with all the fortuning done, I think it's time so that we actually start making progress on our automation systems. The first thing I would like to do is a little smelter, an auto smelter of sorts, but a very tiny one. I guess 2 furnaces and a few chests and AUPUS is going to do the trick here. So let me quickly get that set up, and then we can move on to the next project, which would be to start automating the crop farms. And bada bing bada boom, I've got a few things to show you. I set up 3 small little farms. First of all, I've got the auto smelter set up with a few pressure plates so that I can stand on the pressure plate and take out something so that we can get the experience from this little automatic smelter. Then we've also set up a little lava farm, which the lava at the top with the dripstone dripping into the cauldrons, and eventually they fill up with lava because I decided I'm going to use this lava for fuel for the furnace setup. Then finally we set up a little automatic bone meal production for all this poppies that we are getting from the iron farm. Now I will take all these poppies and go turn them into bone meal, or maybe just not all of them. I might need them for something else a little later. But as you can see, the lava farm is starting to produce as well. Awesome stuff. Now the poppies, we can just pop them all in here, and they will eventually be turned into bone meal. Not very efficient, but it doesn't matter because they are pretty useless for anything else. Now getting into the next part of the plan, I'm thinking right over here we can start setting up our first little automated farm using villagers. I believe those guys in there should have made babies by now, and yes, maybe we should just fill up that water over there, and then we can start putting a farm or 2 together so that we can get automated crops going. If those guys hasn't made any babies yet, I think I'll go and yoink those 2 out from between the cows. Now that is carrots and beetroot sorted out. We just need to do another little farmhouse like this for wheat and potatoes. Nothing too stressful, and I think this behind me, the sugarcane, is going to have to move because I think that's going to be the ideal location for the other 2 crop farms. Now I was going to fill in this little watered area right here, but I decided that I could rather just expand this little river so that we've got a waterway coming through, but that will be a future project. So for now, I think the next step is moving this sugarcane to a more suitable location so that we can build the other farm right on this side, and that we'll sort out our basic crop farms. Maybe build a little storage area for them later on, but for now I'm focusing on the crops. So once I've got the wheat and the potatoes in, I'm going to need to see about automating the growing and harvesting of pumpkins and melons, because we all know that is where the real emerald profits is in. Well, apologies for the noise, but I've gone and done it. Wheat farm and potato farm. All the farms, or all the crop farms at least, are in and done, and most of them are starting to produce crops for us automatically without me having to do anything. Like seriously, I don't need to do anything other than collecting the crops and trading the crops away with villagers. And this, while I've been building, has been doing pretty well. Because just have a look at how many emeralds I've got so far. And then I've also got almost a stack of iron blocks, because this little iron farm of ours, oh boy, has it been producing. I guess I'm going to have to take another stack of iron blocks out of it. And a stack of iron blocks. This is awesome. I guess we are pretty soon not going to be in need of any more resources. But anyway, let me run down here and show you the collection system for the crops that I've set up. Now I've just got, this is going to be transformed and look much better later on. Here you can see the little minecart trying to collect all the crops that this wheat farmer up top drops. And there's nothing in this chest yet because he is the latest villager I have introduced to the program, and his inventory is probably not full yet. This side we've got the potatoes, and you can see the potatoes are starting to flow in. When we run down a little bit further, we'll get to the carrot crops, which you can see, and I have traded some of these carrots already, and you can see they are flowing in, as well as the beetroot. So everyone, I think that is what I've got time for today. Our little crop farms have come along nicely, they are growing, they are producing, and that is the first thing that we really urgently needed to set up. Now next time, I think I might look into pumpkins and melons. Or maybe we'll go and do a little bit of something at the skeleton spawner that I found. We could also set up a little something for the sugarcane and the bamboo. Or something for the trees for farming wood. So many possibilities and so many things to do. I can honestly not say what we will be doing in the next episode, so you will just have to come back and join me for the adventure. Now that I'm looking at the village behind me, maybe we will start changing things at the village. As I said, so many things to do, so little time, but you will have to join me next time. Remember to leave a like to this video if you did enjoy it, and I guess if you've come this far in the video, you could just as well subscribe, because I mean you spent quite a little bit of time with me by now. Anyway, and I will see you in the next one.